I'm Trey Rentz, and this is my friend
Joseph Coatney.
And he's a quiet boy because he just got off of work, and I don't fault him for being not so enthusiastic about this show. I talk about you like you're not here. Joe's not here. It's just me and you, the people, as Bane would say. We missed last week. Do you remember what happened?
Royally screwed up. Bad. In multiple.
You're a Spanish boy.
Multiple layers were of checks were not checked.
Right. I actually thought about making a small checklist. Not that we have a lot of things to remember to do, but I thought about making a small checklist, like buying a whiteboard and checking them off. But I think that it was just a fluke. Most of the time we remember.
Both tired and weren't really feeling it.
So last week, we recorded an entire... Do I sound like an idiot? I still... Anyways, we recorded an entire episode. It wasn't bad. It wasn't very good. We seemed very stupid. We got into mathematics.
Which is not good for either
inches and centimeters. We didn't understand it. Fine. You'll never see it. And that's a good thing because I felt very dumb. Math has never been a strong suit. I'm a wordsmith.
Me either.
I'm a
Which
word
frustrates
boy.
me because it's the one subject that is absolute.
That's true. That we know of.
That we know of.
Right. So we recorded an entire episode. I got up and checked the... Well, you got up. No, you looked and said, oh, this wasn't recording.
Yeah.
And then we looked at the other phones, and they weren't recording. So every video device that we had to record video had not been started because I blame myself, and I think you should internalize these things. I blame myself for that because I didn't hit the buttons. I hit the main audio button, but I didn't hit the thing. And I don't know why. I don't have an excuse. But... it's my negligence.
If we were submarine pilots, we'd be dead.
We'd be dead.
Did you shut the hatch? I thought you shut the hatch.
You bring that up. Submarine. Now, it may just be, we've covered on the show a few times. Small spaces, I don't like. It makes me nervous, and it scares me. Like those guys that crawl in the caves.
Yes.
And it's just like, and the guy goes, I have to breathe all my oxygen out just to get through this hole.
Yeah.
If I ever have to do that, I'm going to kill myself because I don't want to have to do that. It scares me. So that kind of thing is the thing where I go, don't want to do that. Anyways, let's get past that. I wanted to ask you, and I think that we would be remiss to not cover this. A couple hours after we recorded last week, Trump got shot. That's crazy to me.
It is.
And have you looked into some of the intricate... Yeah. So I would like to talk about that because...
It's okay, Trey. They're investigating themselves.
Right. As long as you have an entity investigate... We're all Spanish today. Investigating itself, you can't find any faults, right? Because it's all contained here. Before this happened, I'm a big political guy. I don't get into it in the show because I don't think we want to do that.
We don't.
I thought very much about the idea of a civil war, and we may have covered it before. I can't remember what the episode was.
What we talk about in our personal life blends together.
I thought if these guys were neck and neck, and then something happened, like obviously they had the debate and Biden really dropped in the polls because he looks bad, and everybody that ever pays attention knew he looked bad.
Yeah.
It's just the whole world saw it finally on this thing. I would have never guessed that they would try to shoot the man in Trump.
I didn't either.
I mean, pundits...
It's not very surprising, but I didn't expect it.
Right. Pundits talk a lot in hyperbole. Like, they take grandiose things that could happen. And I think they always overshoot what's going to happen. You know, Tucker Carlson has talked about this before. and they go, "Oh, they're gonna try to take his life." I thought, okay, I understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's probably somewhere between nothing and what you're saying.
Yeah.
But the idea that they would actually do it, not they, but a guy at least, and it could be they, I don't know. It's just, it was kind of jarring.
I think the most shocking thing out of it is the amount of, even at my work, now, like him, don't like him.
Yeah.
Even people at my work are going, that idiot missed. I can't believe that idiot missed.
Did they say that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Several coworkers said that to me.
That's ugly.
It is.
I say that ugly as a human being
Yeah.
because,
Why would you wish somebody dead?
well, here's the deal. Some people you do. Some people that
That's fair.
destroy the lives of innocent people
Yeah.
with actual action that kill people,
Yeah.
totally fine with taking those guys out. But a political guy that just has an office that you just don't like because he talks weird or he says things that you don't like. I have spent my entire adult life hearing politicians talk.
Yeah.
They speak just like him. Trump is a little bit more verbose, I guess. But to go, I wish this guy got killed.
Yeah.
I go, that's crazy.
It's weird because even NPR
evil, maybe.
were saying he basically brought that on himself with his violent rhetoric. So anyway, let's get off.
Well, I would.
Orange Man bad.
One of the things that I wanted to ask you, though, and this is keeping it unpolitical. We don't take a stance.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you think. I do, but for the people,
Yeah.
we won't even discuss it.
I want that guy with the rain boot hat, to win. He runs.
Rain
He
boot
runs every
hat.
year. Yeah.
Rain boot hat?
He wears a rain boot as a hat.
Well, if I
He runs every
if I
year.
find it after this show, I'll put the picture. I have no idea
I
who
think
you're
he
talking
runs
about.
the Independent.
One of the things that we're kind of conspiracy guys,
Yeah.
and we're not taking a stance on this, but one of the reasons why the first question I asked was, why was there not a person on that roof?
Yeah.
It was like a few feet away. Not few. That's stupid. 150 feet away.
It's close enough that if I was at the gun range, I think I could have made that shot.
If I watched that in a movie, I would say,
That's
well,
fake.
that's not unbelievable, or that's not believable. Like
Yeah.
they would have a guy there. The stupidity, or just not thinking, or whatever you want to
Gross
believe,
negligence.
Yeah. You should have had a guy on that roof. The woman, the head of the Secret Service, said we couldn't have a guy on that roof because the roof was slanted.
Yeah.
That's her. That's
I watched
her
a
first
video
thing.
of her saying that, and it
Yeah.
literally cut to some soldiers on the White House roof that was like this, not like that, like this.
Right. I think that the counter sniper that shot the guy, I think what you're talking about is they have the side view of that, and it was even more slanted than the other. So there's a lot of. Anyways, I think we should have talked about it. This is the most major thing that's happened. Mm-hmm. An assassination attempt has not even happened since Reagan in the 80s.
Yeah.
That's years ago, over 30 years ago. So I felt like we should have talked about it. We can get more into it. But I'm very, it's suspect. And I'm not the only people. I'm multiple people.
Yeah.
I'm not the only people that think that
Yeah.
traditional, regular guys that don't dig into conspiracies also think this is funky.
There was a lot of really suspicious stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into
But
it here.
yeah. And I might go. We've had discussions about things. There's the razors. So there's Hanlon's razor, which I tend to agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Hanlon's razor, which is don't attribute to malice that you can attribute to just buffoonery,
Yeah.
screw ups, and just human negligence, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I tend to think that, but this is odd. Let's get off of it. Anyways, do you want? We had a failed
Occasionally.
episode last week. Do you want actually? Well, never mind. We could. I queued up a video about the shot that showed just how close it was, but I think we all have seen this. We're a week after this.
Excuse me.
Do you want to revisit the Batman v Superman video? We don't have to, but it was something that we watched last week.
We can touch on it. I don't want to watch the whole thing again.
All right, so let's watch like 1 minute.
Okay.
Because I do love it.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's funny in a way. It's not like it's a laugh out loud funny, but the visuals of how these AIs create these pictures. All right, we'll watch 1 minute. It's hard to see, but it is something to watch.
It looks like Superman has flown right through a cloud maker in Gotham City. And we have no record of how many died.
That's cool. That first shot.
You're worried about him again, aren't you? Superman. He's a ticking time bomb, Alfred. We've seen what he can do.
The destruction is astronomical.
You know why I may like this is because you know, we're not that old,
No.
but we watched Adam West's Batman from the 60s.
Yeah.
But this is a little bit before that, and nothing like this existed
No.
that I remember. So to see it in that fashion is that I think that's what sticks out to me. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've watched those movies from this time, and I go, this is boring. This is so damn boring.
Yeah.
But seeing the extraordinary things in that fashion.
Can you imagine what the budget would have been for this to look like that in the 50s?
It's like the budget of the United States. I don't
Yeah.
know. Still don't know who that is.
Where is Martha?
Where is my? All right, we're one. Yeah. Anyways, you get the idea. That's
Where
Lex
is
Luthor.
Martha?
As I stated before on our failed episode, this is the kind of thing that I like in AI. But you told me, and I hadn't looked into it at all, but you thought the idea was that they rendered these things in AI, and then they had a separate software to
Yeah, I assume.
Yeah, and it could be because I think I've been somewhat following the video AI stuff because I want to use it. I really do. It seems cool. It seems fun. I know it's in the early stages, but
Yeah, I remember when they released that video of a cat walking through the grass. And
Yeah,
it
we
was-
did a
it
show
was-
on
Yeah,
that.
we did. It was really good.
I think you could convince many, at least elderly folk,
Yeah.
that this was unfathomable to them, and they're even in late into their adulthood, they could have never gathered what could have happened like this. And I couldn't have. I've lived, and you lived.
Yeah.
The same. We're the same
Currently-
person.
currently living.
Yeah. We split it the atom like the atom. So.
That's right.
All right, let's get into some videos here. Boy, that Trump thing, man.
It's pretty wild.
If he had hit,
Did you see that
the
3D
world would be in chaos.
That 3D thing that they did?
Yeah, I put that on the show.
Okay.
You want to watch it?
Why not?
It's less than a minute, I think. It's got a little bit of bits on the head. That first shot hit him. He was close. He was so close. I think it's after this. Yeah. It's just because he turned his head. It's outrageous how close that was.
Key thing is the
Joe,
I will say this.
we were this close from having anarchy in the United States because no matter what you think about who did it, why
Yeah.
they did it, no matter what, that incident, if he had died, would have caused total chaos.
Yeah.
And I think it was averted by chance or God or whatever you want to
Can you imagine
attribute it
you
to.
having a conversation and the only thing that saved your life is that you happen to do that?
Yeah, looking at a chart, you're like, and,
Yeah.
and you could tell because I went back and forth. The first time I saw it, this was not available. This was
No.
later on. I couldn't tell if the first shot or the second shot, but it was the first shot the guy took hit him in the ear.
And it seemed like he panicked after that and started he squeezed him off.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you go, oh crap, I didn't hit it. So,
That was my one shot,
Yeah.
and now I better hurry up.
oh boy, there was a lot of things with that guy. He was sighted with a rangefinder. A rangefinder. You know what a rangefinder
Yeah.
is? Do the people know? A rangefinder is when you it's like a scope, right? Mm-hmm. and you're standing at a place to find out the distance. It shows you the distance between where you are and where something else is. They saw him with the thing. They said, that's weird. He's a person of interest.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes before, I think, they decided he was a threat and still let Trump go on stage. That's weird.
Yeah.
That is outrageously weird because you're bad at your job.
Yeah.
Or conspiracy.
Yep.
Not taking a stance because I don't know. Anyways, it's just it's a screwed up thing. We averted a lot of crisis, and now we're going into. Did you see? I mentioned to you that I thought everybody was saying this, that Biden had a big chance of dropping out.
Yeah.
But I saw today that he is not going to do that. So
Wow.
whatever you think of that, whether it's better or worse than it could have been. I mean, this is unprecedented times. It's the only reason I'm talking about it so much. Good Lord. How do you even talk about this kind of stuff? It just doesn't happen. I mean, we all kind of decided, you know, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, don't care, don't matter. Everybody saw that he was not on par with
Yeah.
what he should have been at the debate. But whatever, fine. Vote for whoever you want. And I don't vote myself. That's why I feel the not obligation, the freedom to talk about this stuff. Anyways, but do whatever you want. I don't care. Let's get into some funny things where funny things happen. I feel like we burned so many videos, though, from last week. I'm not going to even revisit them. I'm Russian, Joe.
Yeah.
You didn't know that, but I am. All right, let's see what this is. Wow. I assume that's concrete?
Why are they chasing it? What are you going to do? Grab it and stop
Why
it?
would he chase it? That's a great question.
Oh, boy, that's going to cost a lot of money. He's like, I figured you could just reach it. I can stop it.
It's like the dog that chases the car. What do you do when you get it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's exactly that. Very, very astute. I didn't even think about that.
He's probably lucky that he didn't catch up because he might have made a really bad decision.
Correct. What if he had grabbed it and it would take him around?
And roll over.
Oh, boy. Lucky ass. It's those kind of things that I know that people make crazy decisions because they're not thinking in the moment when adrenaline's rushing through your body,
Yep.
which at times is a great thing. Like they talk about the woman who lifts the car
Yeah.
off her child. That adrenaline. But it's those kind of things where that same adrenaline, same hormone or whatever that is, where you grab the thing to stop it
Yeah.
because you're Superman all of a sudden, or
I've
delusions
seen
of grandeur.
a lot of bad ones where people forget to put their car in park and it starts rolling away while they're standing by it with the door open and they get in it, try to get into it
Yeah.
and either get ran over or get smashed between the car and the door because the car hit something.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of those.
You know, a lot of those things that are dealing with objects that are more than 1 ton,
Yeah.
you kind of have to stop yourself and go,
Yeah.
all right, I made a mistake. Mm-hmm. I can't go back, but I cannot intervene and stop the things from happening now. But it's that adrenaline. You think, I don't know. You can't. Do you think that adrenaline overrides the logical part of your brain, or do
Probably,
You...
I think you just go into react mode.
Okay.
That's what I think, anyway.
Yeah.
Because you
I can
have
see
to.
that.
Because
Right.
it's there to protect you.
Yeah. It's the same hormone, I think, when the deer gets snapped at by something, it jumps and it just runs.
Yeah.
We talked about that last
We did.
episode, but nobody will ever see it. All right.
No way!
Is that a rabbit
It is.
and a snake?
I didn't know they did that.
What the hell?
What kind of snake would you call that?
I think it's just a grass snake.
Is it?
He's trying to get the heck away, though.
What? the hell is happening?
It's probably eating it.
Why? They're herbivores.
Maybe it got close to his nest.
Oh, like a protection thing.
Yeah.
Wow. It's those kind of things. You know, they talk about. Okay, this is a great point here. I say it's a great point. I have no idea. Maybe the people can tell me. But you know, everybody knows, or at least I did, and I'm admittedly not a knowledgeable person on things that I don't know about.
Yeah.
And I admit that. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know.
Same.
I'm not going to pretend that I do. I've seen maybe it's not gorillas, ape or monkeys, whatever. We go, in our brains, we go, oh, they eat bananas. Oh, yeah. Because cartoons, as
Yeah.
we grow up, they eat bananas, they eat fruit and stuff. And then when you see an ape eating another ape, you go, what the hell is the reality that I'm not seeing? And it's like it breaks your brain in a way, like the thing that I've grown up with knowing is not correct.
Yeah.
So what is that? I mean, that's cannibalism, isn't it? I mean, like
Yeah.
you eat the same species of thing,
Yeah.
but cartoons tell you that, well, they eat
Yeah.
bananas.
Yeah.
Like the bare necessities, and you watch the Jungle Book. And
That's right.
What's the king ape, orangutan?
He's orangutan.
He's not eating other orangutans or monkeys or whatever. I wouldn't even think that they would eat meat.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show you how. Would you call that propaganda?
No.
Not in childhood, or just stupidity of not, or ignorance of the writers in the thing?
Boy, you're not going to put a chimp eating another chimp in a children's show.
Well, that's true.
But I
That's
did
true.
just hear a news article on NPR that was talking about the banana in America was like people didn't even know what it was until this guy decided that he went to where they were grown and went, hey, I bet I could market these and sell them in the United States. So he did an ad campaign and ran radio commercials.
What year
And
was this?
I think it was the 50s, I want to say.
Really?
And then it became one of the most popular fruits. Is banana fruit?
It is a fruit.
Okay.
I don't know why. There's a definition of fruits and vegetables that I'm not privy to at this
Something
moment.
to do with the seeds,
At this
I believe.
juncture, as Winnebago Man would say.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought you were going into a jag about before they were not evolved, manipulated to be sweeter and stuff like that. Because if you there's things on the internet. If you look up the ancient, and I say ancient liberally, I don't know how far back, but if you go far enough back, a lot of the things that we eat, especially fruits and vegetables, do not at all resemble the things. Like bananas had like giant seeds, and maybe I could put a graphic up at these things, but there's bananas that look completely different. Trying to think.
Carrots.
Carrots, yeah. Carrots is a big one. But what corn is another one. We manufacture and we grow these things in certain ways to make them more edible, I guess. But it's not a natural thing. I think that broccoli is a completely
It is.
man-made thing,
It is, yeah.
but everybody goes, oh, we need to eat broccoli. Why? We never ate this before.
Yeah.
But no, we need to eat it now. And
Wasn't that a cross between cabbage and spinach, I want to say?
I feel like there was a mustard something.
Maybe so.
Mustard seed in there. But you could be right. It's been so long since I looked it up. Boy, yeah. Like, watermelon was another one.
Yeah.
It was not the meat of the watermelon was nothing. It was like you get a little bit and there's just giant seeds. I'll put the graphics up. But it just goes to show that people don't know what their food sources are. So I say eat meat.
Wheat is another one, too.
Wheat's a big one,
They've
yeah.
changed dramatically.
Yeah.
It's like 2 to 3 times larger than it used to be.
Right. And because and I don't fault them for this, but we're trying to feed people to keep them from starving to death back at the time they started doing this. Admirable, fine. Now, unnecessary to me.
Yeah.
And they even talk about like people that have gluten intolerance here.
Mm-hmm.
When they go to Italy, they don't have that intolerance when they eat their bread.
Yeah.
So there's something that we've done to our wheat,
Yeah.
genetically modified, and I'm not against that per se because it does. I mean, it doesn't hurt everybody.
Yeah.
but
Well, I mean, look, the chicken.
oh yeah,
Chickens used to be like this big.
right, and now they're
Yeah.
quite a bit bigger, especially the breasts.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just want to say the word breast. Do you want to do one more? Or you want to be done?
Let's do one more. Why not?
One more.
I'm already
And
here.
we'll call it finito. You are here. Is this the one that we? What is this?
Looks like a guy getting stuck in a bailing
right.
device.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll start it, then I'll stop it. So.
Okay. Well, that was
People.
fun.
So, what do you think is going through his mind at this moment? Because why would he do that? How long has he been working here? Is he doing this? Is this a purposeful thing to show the dangers?
He didn't react very.
Okay, let's review this.
It's gotta be a training thing.
He shouldn't have done that, but he's not trying to pull. I think this is fake.
I think it is too. I'm sure that stuff. Have you seen those
Well, I'm sure it does.
CGI safety trainings for Chinese manufacturing plants where it's real deaths that have happened?
CGI or animated?
CGI. It's
I've seen some. Yeah.
yeah. There's some really bad stuff like that.
There's some. I will say, there's a lot of things that I don't send you that make me go, oh.
I'm thankful you don't send me those.
Those things don't bother me as I think that they would bother you. But there was a woman on Instagram, no doubt. This is not some crazy site like death.com or whatever they like. There were some sites like that. But a woman was working at a station with some sort of hydraulic press. There was something in the press. She went to grab it, and it pressed her arm to maybe this. We went, obviously, we don't know what centimeters,
Yeah.
like a half an inch. It pressed her arm, and she pulled it out, and everybody in the comments were saying, oh, it's fake. She wouldn't react like that. No, the shock
yeah.
overwhelms your body, and maybe it's adrenaline too, but it literally made her arm mush, and it was it's just not an everyday occurrence, but a possible
Oh yeah.
occurrence that could happen. And one of the reasons why I never wanted to work at like a machine shop or like when
Yeah.
there's things that press or they do this, because you're going to lose a finger, you're going to lose something.
Yeah. There's gonna be a day where you're just
Yeah.
not quite on it, and
Yeah, and everybody has
the
those
end.
days, but you can't have those days in those jobs. That's, ugh. You could just imagine.
like those ones where the guy's moving a metal piece around and it's just going bang, bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang.
Right.
Yeah.
And one false move. I don't even like to think about it. It doesn't bother me. Does gore bother you? Like real life gore. I don't like it in movies.
I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it bothers me as in, you know, like those people that will faint if they see blood. And
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
like that, but it's just like
Where you go, oh.
unnecessary.
Right before you got here, I saw a guy. There's an Instagram page that it's thieves or something like thieves getting their due or something like that. So this guy is on his phone, and this douchebag comes up, grabs the phone, and he runs. And he runs right in front of a bus, and it hits him. I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the problem is the bus doesn't stop. It keeps going. Like he sees him, he brakes. It's not that he was full speed, but he brakes. He hits the guy, and the guy goes under. And I go, okay, he's dead. And I just watched a death on Instagram.
Yeah.
And so there's a sense of that Schadenfreude that is really fun, where he gets hit, he falls. Let's say he gets hurt, he has to go to the hospital, but he's fine. That's fun, and that's great. But when the guy dies from stealing a phone, I go, I don't want to see it. I'm fine with it happening
Yeah.
because that's what happens in life. But Yeah, I don't want to send you that kind of stuff. I've been seeing a lot more death on Instagram recently.
Well, the more you
But
see
you can't
and
say-
watch, the more it's going to show you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, the algorithm, yeah. But I'm not totally against it. Is that bad? It is bad.
I mean, I would say 99% of the videos that I send you are people getting hurt and maybe having to get hospitalized. So I'm right up there. I just don't like that.
Yeah, but you don't want to hit
extra
the
couple
death
steps.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with that. And on that wonderful note, sunshiny note, thank you for watching this episode. And hopefully we didn't make a mistake. Hopefully I hit all the
Is
buttons.
it recording?
I don't know, but we're going to find out very soon. Thank you for watching this episode of Rennie and Doc, and we hope to see you on the next episode. I don't even know what number we're on the next episode of Rennie and Doc.